Okay, hello everyone. You're all welcome to the GitHub Co-pilot Adventure. As I've introduced earlier myself, my name is Abdulakim Yusuf, and I am a Gold Microsoft student. To have with me here Mr. Abdurrahim Ayanwumi, who is a GitHub Co-pilot, GitHub Campus expert. And we also have we also welcome all our distinguished guests all across from IITA, from NESG, and all over Nigeria. Thank you so much, everyone, for putting up our time and to attend this call. So, one of the can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Please, can you hear me, everybody?
You're audible enough.
Yeah.
Yes,
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we have Dan Walin, who is a developer cloud advocate at Microsoft, and myself, Abdulakim Yusuf, who is a good Microsoft Student Ambassador. The agenda that we are going to discuss today is what are the Copilot adventures, getting started with GitHub Copilot. What is GitHub Copilot all about? And we are going to be looking at warm-up adventure, and we move to coding adventures and the next steps. Before we continue, who can tell me what we all understand by GitHub Copilot? Anyone to answer that? What is GitHub Copilot all about? Anybody to answer the question?
I think it's an AI tool to assist us in our usage, maybe writing code or something of such.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mukhtar Abdul Wahid from the University of Lagos, for that wonderful answer. So GitHub Copilot is a kind of AI solutions for us that helps to predict and complete our code. So we are going to look at this aka.ms/Copilot Adventure. So everyone, you are all welcome to the Copilot Adventures. So this series of coding adventures is all about telling us how to learn new concepts and languages by using GitHub Copilot to help write code. If we are entering to get started, can just enter the adventure arena by clicking the button below. This will help to create a GitHub code space that you can work in. So you can use 60 hours of GitHub code space for that. Let's click on it. Then if we want to clone it, the repo locally, we can go to our GitLab, or we can use our Git. We can use our Git control. Then click on this code. Then we can use it to clone the repo. So this is, you see, a typical what they are discussing about. So This is the code space. So we can go to the warm-up venture. For those of us who are new to GitHub Copilot, you can start with the warm-up adventure by clicking lead. So this is the warm-up adventure. So GitHub Copilot is just an AI program that helps you to write better code. So in this warm-up adventure, you are going to get to know the Copilot and try it out for ourselves. So it can convert comments into code. Probably if you want to make an HTTP call or you need to filter an array or perform another task. So just write a comment and Copilot will convert it into code for you. So something like create a UI.use pure HTML JavaScript a library framework. So for those of us who don't have a GitHub Copilot extension in our Visual Studio Code, so the first thing for us is to install the Visual Studio Code. If you don't have one, then you can now install the GitHub Copilot by following the steps in this. So if you don't have a GitHub Copilot license, well, if you're a student, you can learn the setup and access to GitHub Copilot through this link. So this is a step-by-step for setting up GitHub students and GitHub Copilot as an authenticated student developer. So setting up your GitHub student account, you need to create a GitHub account. If you don't already have one, then GitHub account is free. So then you can access your student developer pack by going to education.github.com. So there are over 100 benefits from various companies that are packed together in GitHub Student Developer Pack. So the GitHub Student Developer Pack is strictly for students. So before you can access it, you would prove your student identity through your school registered email domain or through an identification process for people whose school does not offer school emails. So we have to go to the Student Developer Pack main page. You sign up for the Student Developer Pack, then you select Get Student Benefits. Let's go to that. So then you sign up for a GitHub account, then you add your school email. So you enter the name of your school, you answer the questions on how you plan to use the GitHub. On some occasion, you might need proof for that. So sorry. Is everybody here? So the GitHub education, we have offer students such as we have the GitHub Student Developer Pack, we have the GitHub Code Space, we have the GitHub Student Gallery, we have the GitHub Campus Experts. That one is a program for students and educators who are building a student community in their school. So we have the GitHub Global Campus for students to learn and connect. We also have the GitHub Learning Lab. That one is free platform to grow your skill by completing fun and realistic projects.
So this is about GitHub Copilot. Let me send the link to us, so us you can check it later. Okay, sorry. Okay. So let me share the link with us. Okay. That's okay. So this is the link for us to check the GitHub. You can go to the link to check the step by step and the benefits for us to get during the program. So that's about the Copilot Adventure. Then we have the warm-up adventure, that is how to use GitHub Copilot to solve a simple adventure. Let's click on the link, ek.ms/copilot Copilot Adventure. So as this is a beginner adventure, the mechanical turn of temporal, everything operates on clockwork and precise timing. So at the heart of the town is the grand the for keeping time for all the town's activities. So, however, over the years, some smaller dog clocks in the town have started to drift away from the actual plan. So this is for the beginner adventure. We have the intermediate adventure and the advanced. Either use your GitHub Copilot or GitHub Copilot chat to help you write the code for the adventure. So you can go to this, visit this, then you select new issue. So let's watch this video. Can you hear me, please?
Actually, this soup go reach me like this. So,
Can you hear me? Can we hear anything from the presentation?
No, we can't hear anything, or I can't hear anything.
Okay. Okay. Probably there is maybe. Let me replay the. What of now? Can we hear anything now?
I still can't hear it.
Okay. I think.
Why not check if there is a transcript somewhere on the video?
Okay. What the man in this AI is discussing about is they said this building is just like a castle that has an echo room. So the echo room can predict the sequence of what, or maybe can predict sequence probably, and if you move closer to the kazoo, then you also have the ability to listen to the echo and listen to the sequence of the prediction of the sequence by the kazoo. So the font side notes. We have the font side notes. This is text to speech avatar. So this is the text to speech avatar overview. The text to speech avatar converts text into a digital video of a photorealistic human, either a prebuilt avatar or a custom text to speech avatar. So that is what text to speech avatar does. It can convert text into a digital video of a photorealistic human speaking with natural sounding voice, which is powered by Azure AI text speech. So it also provides a collection of previewed avatars. So the voice of the avatar is generated by Azure AI text to speech. So that's all about the text to speech. So we also have the coding adventure, as I've explained earlier. Then you can go to the GitHub repository, you can fork it. So I think I lost the track of the network here. So let me share my screen again. So we can fork and clone the GitHub Adventures repo. You can also start too. You can also complete the warm-up adventure and learn the basics of using GitHub Copilot. You can also complete another Copilot adventure of your choice. Okay. If you have any idea of a Copilot adventure, you can submit your APR. Then I'm going to share, for those of us who want to write associate exam for Microsoft Fabric, Microsoft, any of the Microsoft associate exam. So I'll share a link with us on the chat box so that you can complete the challenge. You have to complete the challenge. I think we have just 4 or 5 days to complete that challenge. Then after the challenge, Microsoft will reach out to individual through the email that you have used to register for participating in the challenge. So let me share the screen. Let me share the link with us. Okay, sorry. So can everybody see what I've shared?
Yes.
Okay. Let's click on that link, the AI skills challenge. Then you must have a Microsoft Learn profile for you to be able to participate in that skills challenge. So over to Mr. Abdurrahim Ayamumi. Please let's welcome
Yeah,
Mr.
good evening.
Abdurrahim. Are you okay? Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Hope we are doing fine and you're welcome to this workshop. My name is Ayum Abdurrahim and I'm a GitHub Campus expert. So, and then Mr. Ablakim has already done a lot of introduction about GitHub Pilot. He has already told us and he has given us a lot of information about it. So, I'm just going to like quickly go through slides and then we're going to do a little bit of a live coding, like some examples on how we can use GitHub Copilot and just like that. And then that's just what I'm going to like do because our time is fast spent already. So thank you so much, Mr. Abdulakim. I really appreciate it. So I'm a GitHub Campus expert and in the University of Ibadan here. So and then what we do is just like we have for other tech communities inside school like GTSC and MLS. So we also have a community which is called GitHub Campus Community here in UI, where we discuss and then we learn together and then we share results and everything like that. So you can as your join our community. So without wasting much of our time, I'm just going to like go straight into it. So I'm going to start by sharing my slide now. Can we see my screen now? I'm not sure you can see it. Okay. So yeah, so welcome everyone once again. So as I've introduced myself, my name is Ayomi Abdurrahim. I'm a GitHub Campus expert. So I'm going to be talking about what GitHub Copilot is all about. So talking about different things, how we can use it, some things behind it, how it works under the hood, and some other things like that. We are going to go through some demos as well, like some examples and where we can find some resources as well that we can use to like level up our game with this GitHub Copilot. So let's move to the next. So what is Copilot? So this GitHub Copilot I've been talking about. So what is it all about itself? So I've been talking about GitHub Copilot. What is it? So it's just like in a simple term. So GitHub Copilot is just like our AI peer programmer. So for example, I'm writing codes now. Though actually GitHub Copilot is not used for coding alone. You can use it for other things, but the way it has been built, it has been fine-tuned for programming. So it performs like very well when it comes to programming, but you can still use it for other things as well. But it's more fine-tuned for programming. So GitHub Copilot is an AI peer programmer. So I'm coding now and I need like some assistance, like okay, I'm stuck at so instead of maybe like looking for someone that can just quickly assist me or help me look into my code, go through or review, I can just quickly use Copilot and then it's just like some little prompts and I'm going to get everything solved. So, and this is done with the power of AI. So it's an AI PA. It's not like you have someone beside you. So you're just like interacting with the AI and it's just helping to just go through everything and then everything is working together. So that's just what GitHub Pilot is. It is an AI PA programmer. So and so is it a magic? Like I'm very sure probably most of us we have used it before. I'm very sure all of us we all use ChatGPT, of course. So that's just an example too. So is it a magic? How does it work? How is every like I don't know that okay, I'm let's say I'm in my VS code now. I'm writing some codes and already have GitHub Pilot. Then I already have it activated, then it just suggest some lines for me, or at least I'm just writing some code and I want to like write the function somewhere Then even without me typing it, I'll just see that suggestion. I'll just click on tab, then it just come like, it's actually very, it's something that is very amazing. So how does it work? Is it a magic? So actually it's not a magic. It has some things under the hood that is being done that makes it to work that way. So we have like this, the term that we call AI peer programmer and copilot is just to imply that these two, like, it cannot work without you. So even before your GitHub Copilot can work, that means you already, as a person, you're already working. That means you're like, for example, now myself, let's say I'm working on the code base now. So Copilot cannot cannot assist me until like it sees that, okay, I'm actually working on this code base. Okay, this is where I have an issue. I'm trying to do something here. So that's when Copilot will now come in. So it cannot just work alone. It cannot read minds. So it actually works based on what you have already, based on your code, based on everything you have been doing. Then if you now, I think this guy wants to do this one now, or he's trying to write a function, trying to like just write. Sometimes let's say you want to like create a function that, okay, get today's date. So you want to like, let's say that's the name of your function. So before you even say you want to finish that function, it's just going to like complete it for you, because it has actually sensed from that name that I think this is what this guy wants to do, and then it will just complete. So that's what um GitHub Copilot is. So it's not like a magic, it works with you. So it's based on what you have done, and it's also like just kind of helping you with. So let's move on. So it's not a magic. So it's just it is an AI peer programmer. And then how GitHub Copilot works is just like it uses some large language models. So that's just the way it works. So before it uses OpenAI Codex. So that is what powers GitHub Copilot. But now it has been moved from OpenAI Codex to GPT-3. So that is what OpenAI uses now. So, but before it uses OpenAI Codex, and the reason why they moved from OpenAI Codex to GPT was because of then the response time was very slow. Like, when you want something to do something for you like very fast and then it's lagging, so you don't really like it. So that's the reason why. That's one of the reasons why they moved from OpenAI Codex to GitHub. And I think we are all familiar with OpenAI. So OpenAI just like an AI research lab. They do different things with AI. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason is because for them to use OpenAI Codex is actually uses a lot of GPU. So, and we know that's very expensive. They have to like spend more by using that. So, but moving to GPT-3, it's like all those problems have been solved. So they have to like, they can actually spend less and then also get faster responses. So that's the reason why they moved from um, OpenAI Codex to GPT-3. So right now, what powers GitHub Copilot is GPT. So that's what it uses to generate the code, give you suggestions, and everything like that. So that's just how it works on that. So and we have seen like different companies that uses all these kind of things too. We have Duolingo, we have lots of AI applications that they use GPT as well. So that's the language that they all use for to power their AI, all these AI things. So that's what pilots use as well. So let's move to the next thing. So we have there's a playground that we can actually use to demo, like to do some things that we can just use to test some things out. Okay, I want to really play with this AI. I think we can just do that right now. So, or maybe we should just like proceed, then we'll go back to that later. So there is an AI playground that we can use to test out like some things and then just see how everything works. So it's actually an open AI playground. So we can see examples there. We can see some. We can make some. Can we all hear me? Can we please like maybe just react?
Yeah,
You can
I
hear me.
can hear you.
All right.
Yes,
Thank
I
you so
can
much.
hear you.
All right, thank you. So, where we can actually test some things out, we can play around with it, and then we can also like see examples of how all these large LLMs how they work, and then just play around with everything. So I'm going to drop the link. We are going to do a live demo here, and then I'm also going to drop the link before we finish. So I think we should just quickly try it out. So this one is where we can see like different examples. So we also have one which is like a playground that we can use to just quickly play around. But here we can see like different examples that we have. So let's just quickly test out like one or two before we proceed with our presentation. So let's see. Let's see. Explain codes. Okay. So let's try. So this is an example here now. So we can actually look at this system. They pasted this code here, and then it was asked to like it should explain this code, and then it explained the code just like line by line. So this is an example of what we can do, as you can see here. So I'm not going to like read everything. You can still like quickly go through it and then see different examples. So that one was for explaining codes. We have like other ones here. So we have for interview preparation. You can generate. You can do different things with it actually. So you can just do like lots of things with it. So you can just sign in if you have an OpenAI account and then just proceed. So there are different things that you can use here. So we have prompt examples, we have like lots of things. So this is just like a platform where you can just like their examples and all like that. So let's continue. We're still going to come to the part and then to have like a look them. So let's move on. So as I've said before, I said GitHub Copilot uses OpenAI Codex before. That was what he used. That was that language model that it's using. But now it has now moved to GPT. So that's what it is now. So and right now that's what it uses. So some people usually think maybe they usually think that okay, as I'm writing my code, it's actually learning from it like that. It's actually not like that. So because the way they do all these things that they actually have all these LLMs, they usually bond them to this, then train them after they have been trained, they bond them to that. That's what they use to that's what they use for all these LLMs. So if they have like any update that they want to, they are going to make that update, then feed it to those LLMs. You know that as you are writing, that's the way it is learning. Not like that. So that's just the way.
I think you
Okay.
have less than 3 minutes.
Okay, no problem. We're just going to quickly go through the most important parts now. So, what are the features of GitHub Copilot? So, you can convert your comments to code. You can autofill like repetitive code. You can show alternative. You can do like a lot of things. Copilot can interpret your code. It can help you with writing your code, explain your code to you, like different things that you can do. You can do a lot with GitHub Copilot. So, but these are the main three features that we can use for that Copilot can do for us. So we have other things that we can do as well. So this is an example. I don't know if you can all see my screen. So this is an example of GitHub Copilot in action. So just like validate the phone number for me, then it's just going to like write the function, and then that's just it. So once you have like a GitHub Copilot extension or system, you are good to go. So you can get that by signing up on GitHub Global Campus and then activate your GitHub Student Developer Pack. So once you get that, you are going to have access to GitHub Copilot. That you once you just download the extension, link it to your GitHub account, then you can now use your GitHub Copilot. And then now we even have what we call GitHub Copilot Chat. So that's another extension of it. So for example, now I can just come to this place and then just come to, and just say, okay, I don't want to, let's say I don't want to use this place. I can just say, okay, um, let's say I want to write a function to generate 100 random characters JavaScript. So if I do this, then I should get the response from pilot chat. So I just get it here. Then if you want it, you can just paste in your code here. So that's not the only thing. You can do it here as well. I can just come to this place. I can just press Ctrl I, and I can show it as. So I can do it here as well. Or let's say right here. Which is data from SpaceX. So you can do this, then you're going to get a response from it's going to like generate. So this is just one of the things that you can do with what with GitHub Copilot. So let's go back to our presentation. So this is just an example of GitHub Copilot in action. So let's move to the next thing. So this is also an example of what we can do with Copilot as well. So improvements that has been made to Copilot. So we have like securities because they usually so one thing that we should know is that Copilot is not perfect, as we all know. So it's not a human being. So it's not a human being, it can never be perfect. So they make changes to them all the time. And then as we usually see to anytime we go to, let's say, ChatGPT, usually tell us that okay, any response that you get from me is not 100% accurate. So you have to go through yourself or maybe make some changes to some places yourself before you say okay with this. So they make changes to them for security vulnerabilities and other things like that. So they usually make changes to them. So those are the improvements that we have for GitHub Copilot. So it can be used for individuals and for business as well. So it actually makes our work very fast. Let's say I want to create a website now. Let's say I'm supposed to like 2 days. I can actually finish it within a day if I use GitHub Copilot. So I actually have lots of things that I want to show us, like some charts, some things that were given. So we have blog copy people suggestion. So let's say you're working for a company now, and then your company doesn't want you like pulling code from, let's say, like from an external source, because all these things, all these pilots, like the way they learn to, they are trained with some data. So let's say the code that this thing generates for you now, you don't want it to pull from, let's say, from maybe one repository or maybe like one external source, because you might get maybe like some law issues. Okay, you are taking our code without permission and things like that. So there is a way you can block it. So there is an option for that. If you have the GitHub Pilot extension, you can just go there and then just use these settings to just like block it. So it's going to block it. So any code that is going to generate for you, it won't be from the public code or maybe pulling code from an external source that might get you into trouble. So that's another thing that you can also do as well. So installation is just very simple. Just go to your VS Code here and then just search for extensions. I've already installed it already. So just search for Copilot, I think. So GitHub Copilot, then you are good to go. Just install it. So this is it. You also have Copilot chat as well. So just install. Once you install, it's going to authenticate, and then after the authentication, you are good to go. So hope my time has not elapsed. So I'm going to see this icon here. So anytime you are connected to the internet and then you are writing your code or doing anything, it's going to bring suggestions for you, and then just like that. So your VS Code. It's not only VS Code actually. You can use it with other. At least it's supported in other creators as well. So some other IDs you can use it there. So it boosts your productivity. It just makes like life very easy for you. So according to the survey that was done on Stack Overflow, was saying that this percentage of developers, like, they spend like a lot of time searching for answers and everything. But when you have like an AI PM programmer with you, it actually makes it very easy and then very fast for you to just, instead of me going to this place, checking this one, I can just quickly come to my Copilot and then just quickly run some prompt and then just give me like an answer, go through my code, explain to me, and then solve the problem. So let's move on. So these are all just like all the charts, like everything. And as you can see, uh, so my time is far spent. So as you can see, 40% of code written by developers using Python was synthesized by Copilot. So as you can see, it actually makes work very faster. And I also attended one Copilot workshop. Then that talk was given by Rizel. She works at GitHub. She's a developer advocate at GitHub. So she did a live demo for us then, and then she tweeted from her terminal, from my voice terminal to Twitter, and she made that tweet using Copilot. And like, for me, I was very surprised because I've never seen that kind of thing before. She just ran that what they call that prompt and then tweeted from her terminal and then showed us on Twitter. So you can do a lot of things with Copilot. So we have different examples of what you can do. So there are just like a lot of things that you can do. So you can use Copilot to help you brainstorm, jog your memory, retain. Sometimes maybe you just forget, like maybe just like little things. So probably you know that thing, but to just like escape your mind or just quickly forget. So you can quickly use Copilot just like remind you and you get. So those are the things that we can actually do with Copilot. So I'm just going to like stop it because our time is, I think I've even used more than time I'm supposed to use. So thank you so much, everyone, for
Okay,
listening.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Have a
much,
nice day.
Mr.
Yeah.
Ring,
So I'm
for
sorry for.
the question.
Yeah.
So
So
we are
you
just
need
going
any
to
other thing?
just a
I can.
question.
Okay. All right.
So we are going to accommodate just a question. A question from a male and a question from a female. I'm making it gender specific. Okay.
So
If
if
you
you have
don't
any
have
questions,
any,
you can just. Yeah.
so for those of us who want to participate in the AI skills challenge, you can go to the meeting chat. You need to have a Microsoft Learn profile. Then you complete the challenge, whichever challenge that you want to participate in. Microsoft Fabric, the AI, anyone that you want to participate, you complete the challenge, you join it and you complete it. Then you have the chance to get a voucher. The challenge has been completed. Also, the Microsoft Ignite is coming up very soon. We invite everyone to register for the Microsoft Ignite to participate in the Microsoft Ignite. Microsoft Ignite is a platform, is an event where speakers from everywhere, every part of the world will come together to discuss the new technology, to discuss the new technology, new aspect of AI, what is trending in AI, what is going on in the tech space. So we invite every one of us to participate and to join Microsoft Ignite, which will be coming up by November. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining the call. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.